Hey guys, today we are on to lesson 7. But before we begin, we're going to do a cute, funny little cat video. So I found a couple here that I really am a cat lover. So this first one is in case you find a friend and you want to just give them a nice little massage. Give that cat a massage. Oh, I love it. Oh, now this is when you're dog and cat. Yeah, give me right, give me left. Oh dear, they're going at it. We've got this little cat. She looks like, she's got such pointy ears. Interesting. I think she's looking over and saying, Mrs. Swint, I need to do math. All right, that's a crazy cat who doesn't think he's a cat. Okay, well, don't be a scaredy cat on that one, and let's get started. So today, I need you to turn to page 645. On 645, we are talking about, 685. What's that about? We did that a long time ago. Let's try again. Let's see if Mrs. Swint can get over there. Oh, well, I know this says 685. Try it again. How about that? Centimeters and meters. All right, we know that centimeters. If I take a ruler, a centimeter would be I have 12 inches on one side, but if I flip it over, I have about 30 centimeters on the other side. So centimeters are quite a bit smaller. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's quite a bit smaller. If you take a look at the width of your pinky, that's going to be about where a centimeter is. So today we're going to look at centimeters, and then we're going to look at meters. Now, if you had 100 centimeters, you would have 1 meter. So 1 meter is 100 centimeters. We have about 30 centimeters in a ruler, but here we go. We are going to do some measurement. So you are going to go ahead and get out your ruler, and we're going to see what we can do here. Now, Mrs. Swint's going to use a book in front of her, so hopefully you've got your book open to 685, and we're going to do some measuring. And we have to remember with our ruler to use the centimeter side and always begin, of course, at 1. But the first item they're showing us is this badminton. The badminton, when you measure it from the bottom to the top, I'm getting about 10 centimeters. So let's write down 10 centimeters for our badminton. Okay, 10. Now they've got it looks like a ping pong ball. All right, take your ruler. Let's get measuring there. Let's say about 3 centimeters. If it's close, we're going to go with the whole number for right now. Last but not least is a golf ball. It's almost that season to start golfing. Mrs. Swint likes to golf a little bit, so I can't wait to get out on those golf courses. Well, I think this is funny. It's 4 centimeters, and that's what you hear from Mrs. Swint quite often. 4 means I'm hitting the ball into another crowd of people, and I need to warn them. How about the golf tee? Let's not skip the golf tee. My golf tee looks like it's about 5 centimeters. So we're looking at a smaller measurement, and of all of these, we have centimeters. The abbreviation for centimeter is cm, period. So there might be times where we want to use the abbreviation just because it's a little bit easier. The abbreviation for meter is simply m. So we've got meters and centimeters. Let's turn the page. On the next page, under guided practice, it says this. Use a centimeter ruler to measure in centimeters. Use a meter stick to measure in meters. There are 100 centimeters in a meter. Now, knowing this, I'm going to certainly use a meter stick when you have larger lengths to measure. And when you have shorter lengths, then I would be using just my centimeter ruler. So they're looking at a paper clip here. And if they measured from the 0 to however the length is about 5. So we're going to give this a 5 centimeter mark. So we'll put 5. All right, I'm going to make that a little wider. Now we're going to do some measurement. Now we are going to say about how much, first we're going to guess, and then we're going to go ahead and measure it. Now Mrs. Swin in this case is going to use what she's got here, and then you're able to write it down in the book. So first I need to get a pencil. Let's see where Mr. Swin put all the pencils. Voila! I'm going to use my, we're going to call it the centimeter stick, and I'm going to measure. I'm going to put my pencil here where it's to the 0. And if you take a look at the mark for centimeters, it's right about 15 centimeters. So I'm going to cross off my estimate. I didn't guess this time around, and I just measured, and it's about 15 centimeters. Now I'm going to look at the table that Mrs. Swint is working on. I'm going to guess that's about 1 meter. So that's my estimate. Yep, it's about 1. All right, I'm going to grab my meter stick, which is 100 centimeters, and I'm going to measure, and yeah, I'd say it is about 1 meter. It's a pretty tall desk. Now our box of Kleenexes. Let me run over and get my box of Kleenexes. Did you miss me? All right, my box of Kleenexes, if I'm measuring the length from the bottom, I'm going to say, well, this is probably about 10, maybe there, 20. I'm going to say maybe about 25 centimeters, just guessing. If you think it's a little more or a little less, go ahead. I know it's not near 100. And it looks like my box of Kleenexes here is probably not quite a ruler. So I'm going to say 25 centimeters because I know there's 30 in a ruler. I'm going to go ahead, bring up my centimeter stick. Let me back that up for us. Bring this forward and let's see what our measurement is. Looks like it is about, let's go the other way, 22. I would say it is 22 centimeters. See where the 22 is? Right about there. So that wasn't a bad guess. That was a pretty good guess, in fact. So we've got 22 centimeters for our Kleenex box. Now, we're going to say they want us to identify objects in the classroom that are about 1 centimeter. So now remember, 1 centimeter isn't very big. 1 centimeter is from here to here. It's like your little pinky. So let's go ahead. If I looked around, see if you can think of something that might have been 1 centimeter, and you can put it down there. Let's go ahead to the next page. On the next page, we are measuring some more items by centimeters. It says, find the object, estimate the length, measure each object in centimeters or meters. Well, since we're not at school and we're improvising around the house, we're going to go ahead and Mrs. Swin's file cabinet. All right, the file cabinet in my room is a three stories, and where this one is actually 2. So I'm going to guess that file cabinet. Oh, I also have one right here next to me. Is going to be about, I'm going to say 1 meter. 100 centimeters or 1 meter. Well, they want us to do it in centimeters. So let's go ahead and I'm going to mark this down as 100 centimeters. This is my estimate. That's before I measure, but I look at it and I give it a good guess. Now I'm going to measure. Oh, it looks like it's about 120 centimeters. So my actual is going to be 120. I had to use the whole meter stick stick, and I had to bring it this way. I had to use the whole meter stick, and then I had to add 20 more to it. Mrs. Swint, this looks like what they're saying maybe would be a whiteboard or a chalkboard. I'm going to say centimeter wise. Let's see. I'm looking at my whiteboard that's right there. 100. I'm going to say it's 200 centimeters because it's pretty long. And now I'm going to do my actual measurement. Here I go. About 180. So it's a little bit less. Not quite 2 meter sticks. It's a little less than that because, again, a meter stick has how many centimeters? 100 centimeters. Now we're looking at this item here, which it looks like, Mrs. Swin's going to have to check, a bench. I am still not sure. Oh, maybe a fingernail file? I think it's a fingernail file. All right, so Mrs. Swimp's going to get a fingernail file. You didn't know we were going to have to do all this walking today, did you? Well, let's take a look. My fingernail file is not tan. It's red and white, like a little pretty little peppermint stick. But don't taste it. It doesn't taste very good. So I'll do my nails, but right now I'm going to measure it. I'm going to say this is knowing what a ruler length is. My ruler here, I know it's going to be less than a ruler, so it's going to be less than 30. I'm going to guess then with something like this, I'm going to take a guess that it's probably, we'll say 17. We'll see how close Mrs. Swin is. Now I'm going to put the file right on there, and I'm going to look at that. You would think I teach math. It's 18. So that's a good measurement. Next, we have Mrs. Swin's door. The door of her house, which, friends, is always open. Come over and visit anytime. I'm looking at that door thinking they want me to measure that in meters because this is definitely a much taller object to measure. I'm going to say 2 meters. So here I go. I'm running over to the door. I took my meter stick. Oh my goodness, it is. It's 2 meters. It's a little over. Actually, it's about 2.25, but I'm going to say, since it says about, we'll say 2. The length of the dining room table, which Mrs. Swin has all her work on right now, I'm going to guess that is also about 2. I'm going to say 1.5 because I got to be honest, this isn't as long as my door. And so I'm going to take this along this table, and I am correct. It is about 1.5 meters. You write a half as just a smaller 1 with a little table, and then a 2. So that's 1 1/2. All right, let's go to the next page and see what we've got. We have some problem solving. We have Tyler. Tyler runs the 100-meter dash 2 times. How many meters does he run in all? I know when I see words like in all, how many meters does he do in all? I know it's operation addition. So I'm going to be adding something in my number equation or my number sentence. He runs the 100-meter dash. We know that, but we know he does it 2 times. So this means here's once, and here's my second time. 100 plus 100 equals the unknown, which is 200. You got it. Let's look at number 10. Jess's ski poles are 65 centimeters tall. Her sister's ski poles are 80 centimeters tall. The question they want us to find out is, how much shorter are Jess's ski poles? So if we're comparing two items and we want to know how much larger, taller something is, then, and I'm comparing sizes, I need to subtract. So you need to subtract 80 minus 65. Now we have to do some regrouping here. So Mrs. Swinton knows if it's more on the floor, you have to go next door. So I can't take 5 away from 0. I'm going to cross off the 8 and make it a 7. And I'm going to take and make this now a 10. Now I can do my subtraction problem because I know 10 minus 5 is 5. And I know 7 minus 6 is 1. So how much shorter are Jess's ski poles? They're 15 centimeters. How would I check a problem like this? Inverse operation. Let's check. 5 plus 5 is 10. 1 plus 6 is 7. Perfect. Brain builders. We have Molly's wagon is 600 centimeters long. If it's 600 centimeters, how many meters long is it? Well, if 1 meter equals 100 centimeters. Well, let's look at the hundreds place. Ones, tens, hundreds. Okay, if I have a 6 in the hundreds place, that means I have 6 hundreds. I have 6 meters. 6 of those meter sticks. And I found my meter stick. So 600 centimeters would be 6 of these. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600. All right. The length of Isaac's bed is 2 meters. How many centimeters is that? Well, you just found out that 1 meter is 100 centimeters. But his bed is not just 1 meter, it's 2 meters. So I need to add 100 plus 100. I think you know the answer to that one. Go ahead, finish it for us. Your homework then tonight is simply this. They want you to measure some objects. Mrs. Swint is going to tell you this. If it's a nice day, you can measure the length of your house. It does not have to be exact. Your dresser, this might be a dresser up in your bedroom or a parent's bedroom, and there's the width of a door. I think all 3 of those items I'm okay with. If you choose not to do the house, why don't you do your couch instead? On the back side of the paper, let's see what kind of tricky items we have here. This is good. I like this one. This is centimeters. It's just the width of a book. Your driveway. Some of us don't even have driveways, so skip that. Either do maybe your bed. Brain builders, 1 pine tree is 4 meters tall, the other's 3. How many centimeters? That's the trick. It's not meters. How many centimeters is the first pine tree? Taller than the first pine tree. And then you've got your meter equals how many centimeters, which we've said a million times. So you can just back up this video if you're not sure. All right, my friends, have a great day. Good luck with your homework. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.